Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your video for 2016. Now, this is a more in-depth video, and this is also for Tauruses who were born between May 1st and May 10th. And what I did for every single sign was I split them up into 3 parts, and this is going to allow for the readings to be a little bit more specific for each sign. So, if you weren't born in between those dates, you can just go to the description, and I have the links for the other 2 videos with the birth dates, for the appropriate video. But you can feel free to watch all 3 videos. I'm sure that there will be pieces and parts from all of them that will resonate with you. So, for those of you, again, who are born between May 1st and May 10th, you start off with the 2 of Clubs, which is all about facing fears. Very interesting because it came up for the first set of Tauruses that I did as well. The reading was all about facing fears, doing things that are a little bit of a stretch. 2 of Clubs and the 7 of Clubs I call like stretch cards. They require us to do things that are a little bit more outside of our comfort zone to reach success. There's also a great deal of challenge that comes along with the 2 of Clubs. You would have already experienced this challenge, though, because it comes like before the card shows up. You go through these challenges, and then the card shows up, and it gives you the opportunity to really kind of launch something in your life. It could be anything: a business, a relationship, work, new job, anything like that. Anything that you could potentially launch. I will say I think it's gonna be a very mental year for you Tauruses. Specifically, I separated this out by deacon, so you're the second deacon in Taurus as far as astrology goes, and it definitely seems like you are different than the other 2 because you have a lot of mental cards, represents a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of looking at things, taking advantage of things, so which is a very good sign. The next card you have is the 8 of Clubs. 8 of Clubs, all about using your intuition. I always say this is the most rare card in the deck. It almost never shows up. Same with that 2 of Clubs. The 2 of Clubs almost never shows up in readings. So you have 2 cards that really just never come up. But the 8 of Clubs is all about, on one hand, using your intuition this year, really trusting your intuition. That comes up again and again and again in this reading. So this year, definitely trust your gut. Believe, trust everything that you feel, kind of like that first gut instinct feeling that you have. With the 2 of Clubs, the 8 of Clubs, you can come to points where you feel stuck, and actually, when you start to become stuck with an 8 of Clubs, it gets harder. But the 8 of Clubs is actually very easy to overcome. So the solution for the 8 of Clubs is if you're stuck somewhere, you're trying to move forward somewhere, it just says there's just another way to get to where you want to go, and you're just not looking at it. So when the 8 of Clubs comes in, you just have to really kind of open your eyes and look around for all the opportunities that are around you. You have a ton of Clubs cards here, and you have some of the best ones in the deck as far as the Clubs cards are concerned. 2, 8, 10, and 6. So, you could look at each one of those clubs as one opportunity for you to, bust out of places where you're stuck. So that's what I would be looking for this year, especially with this card right here. It's a very important card. It carries a lot of energy. It's one of the few cards in the deck that is tied to a planet as well, the way I read. And that's Jupiter, so planet of abundance and growth and all of that. You could do that, but again, 8s require work, so you have to work for it. Next, you have the Queen of Hearts coming in. Really furthers that message of being very psychic this year, feeling very psychic, very intuitive. Queen of Hearts, she just trusts her intuition, the first thought that comes to her head. Whenever she's presented with any situation, she just trusts that first gut reaction. She just goes with it. She doesn't take time to think and plan. I'll say this. I'm getting this like sense of urgency this year. I am and especially the cards kind of say this as well, that you are going to have to make some really quick decisions. There's not going to be time to think about things. There's not going to be time to necessarily plan things out. But the good news is you have so many Clubs cards that you should be able to be very mentally quick. You should be able to make these decisions very quickly. No doubt about it. Like I said, with all these Clubs cards here, your mind should be able to spit out answers and things and solutions to anything very quickly. But the Queen of Hearts, she doesn't even think about it. She just trusts her gut. Somebody comes up to her and says, "Hey, would you like to start this job?" Yes, she just knows immediately inside herself what she wants and what she wants to do. So, definitely trust yourself when it comes to all those things this year. Queen of Clubs can also represent your mother or somebody like a mother-like figure coming into your life. offering you advice. If that happens, if somebody gives you compassionate advice, that's how you would know if you should take the advice or not. Is it would come off as compassionate and caring. There wouldn't be any strings attached or anything like that. So if somebody comes in and offers that type of like motherly advice, you should definitely listen to it. That's what this card says. If anything like that happens, definitely keep your ears open and pay attention to that kind of advice. Next, you have the Two of Diamonds. Two Diamonds, great card, matching up perfectly with a job. So if you don't have a job, you could easily find a job this year, and it would be a perfect match for you. You would be really happy at that job. That's what this card says. Same thing with business partners. If somebody comes in this year in a business partner type capacity, you would be really happy. This is traditionally, a business partner card, so it really does kind of mean more for people who get a business card, business partner under this card. Also, starting businesses under this card, businesses that make you very happy. It's all about happiness with this Two of Diamonds. Two of Diamonds, Two of Hearts are kind of like happiness cards. They make us feel more positive and good. So, that is all coming in for you with this card. Keep an eye open. You have two twos as well. Twos are all about being creative, coming up with creative solutions. And with these clubs cards, I would say that's going to be rather important for you to do this year as well. Next, you have the Ten of Clubs, which is all about success and growth. Ten of Clubs is a really great card. It brings a lot of growth into your whole life. It allows you to learn, allows you to become more abundant. It's a card of abundance. It increases your earnings. It does a lot of different things. It brings in a lot of people to you as well. So you'll be attracting a lot of people this year. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. It can be both. But again, with that Queen of Hearts, just trust your intuition when it comes to people as well. Your first instinct is going to be, the right instinct, especially because the Queen of Hearts is the mother. It's considered the mother card. So, mothers kind of have that sixth sense about people in reading people. This year, you probably really could judge a book by its cover and be, 100% right. So, you do have that ability this year as well. But the Ten of Clubs is about authority, building knowledge. With all these clubs, all about building knowledge as well. Anything having to do with the brain is what you're going to be experiencing. But the Ten of Clubs again really stresses that intelligence thing, all about growing. The challenge with the Ten of Clubs is sometimes we can move around from career paths with the Ten of Clubs. We can kind of like bounce around all over the place. Again, it's a lot of stuff. If you look, there's a bunch of clubs here, which is like, a bunch of different things going on. So definitely try to focus this year as well on the career. It looks like the career is good, though. Because you have this Two of Diamonds, which is really adds a whole new level to the career field this year, business, job, business partner field. So everything looks like it'll be pretty stable there. But again, more importantly, this just brings a lot of good energy to you. And finally, you end with the Six of Clubs. Literally, this card used to be called Success. That's what it means. It means success in your life, growth. When I first started doing readings on YouTube, one of the first cards Taurus got was the Six of Diamonds, and I said that you'd be planting a lot of seeds. Well, this is like after the seeds have been planted, now they're sprouted and they're ready to be harvested. That's what this card's all about. So all that planting and thinking and planning and everything you've been doing is probably going to pay off really well this year and really help you out, especially with this card. So all in all, it looks like an amazing year. Thank you for watching.